Martin Luther King Jr., Cesar Chavez, Nelson Mandela, leaders synonymous with civil rights movements around the world. In the 1970s, Judith Heumann, Ed Roberts, and other activists started a movement that swept the country. No longer willing to accept the status quo, they fought the United States government for the rights of people with disabilities and won. In her memoir, Judith Heumann, the only daughter of German Jewish immigrants, recounts life growing up in Brooklyn, the monumental 504 sit-in at the San Francisco Federal Building, and her illustrious disability activism career, affecting change around the world. Welcome to episode 1 of Behind the Book with 360 with Judith Heumann and our co-author, Kristen Joyner.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 2 and part 2 of Behind the Book with Ability360, and thanks for joining us today. My name is Casey Kaler, and I am joined here by a few of my colleagues from Ability360. Today, we will be talking with Judith Heumann and Kristen Joyner about the importance of CILs in the disability community.
I think one of the important parts about the Centers for Independent Living is that they are community-based organizations, and as such, they're really allowing their local communities multiplied by their state because of the number of woefully underfunded, but still centers where people are beginning to learn that disability is very common, that many people who didn't identify as having a disability, in fact, are protected by laws. I think one of the values of the Centers for Independent Living is really the whole emphasis on empowerment and pride, and really allowing people to see that collegiality with other disabled people can be quite beneficial for both parties and communities. So, you know, one of the reasons why I'm interested in doing what we're doing today is because, you know, I believe that disabled-run centers for independent living are pivotal in really being able to help disabled people in their communities not be silent. I mean, one thing that when I worked at CIL that it was so exciting for me is, you know, we could go to a city council meeting with 50 to 100 people in wheelchairs, and we could get people very quickly to come out.
Why in 2020, and especially during COVID-19, why does CILs matter right now?
You know, I think that CILs are still playing a very important role in the community in terms of acting as a resource for people with disabilities in times of trouble, and even whether that's just a personal challenge they have when we're not dealing with a virus, or when we're dealing with a virus, an emergency. It's the easiest place for them to come because in all likelihood, they've built a relationship with us through the various programs that we offer to the community throughout the year. So when something happens like COVID-19 and or any other natural disaster, it's an easy place to turn first to get help and at least figure out where you need to go if we can't provide that help directly.
You know, there's always a need for centers for independent living, and you know that there's always going to be a need for core services. You know, like, you know, as long as there's going to be people with disabilities, people need peer support. People need peer mentors. You know, people are going to need information referral to know where resources are. People are going to need to learn how to live with their disability and learn to adjust to their disability, and that's what centers do. So and now, given, you know, what we're going through with the pandemic, you know, folks with disabilities they're more living in more fear than they've ever have in forever, probably. So centers can do a really good job of kind of outreaching to people with disabilities, make sure they're, you know, that they're safe and they're getting what they need, and they're also supported emotionally during this really difficult time.
I feel like it's very important that the CILs see themselves as the driving force in their communities and broader, at really breaking down the barriers, how people see us with disabilities, and being able to get greater clarity and granularity on our lives, which is what I've been talking about. We need to move away from the general to the specific. And the specific also includes what more needs to be done in developing new laws and rules, in implementing new laws and rules, and in creating a society which is one that is really equal for all people. Now, that's not happening tomorrow. It's definitely not happening in my lifetime. If it was so easy, it would happen maybe in your lifetimes, but I think it's, you know, something we have to be striving towards. I think we really, as CILs, need to dig more deeply into discrimination, not just what is discrimination against disabled people, but what is discrimination against people of color and people who live in poor areas and people who are from the LGBT community and people who are from whatever other community. What are people's stories? What are they saying? What do we need to do as a community to make sure that people really see us